So you've created the team, you've landed Bill. What about the first successes, things that you were particularly proud of in the early days?
Well, there were other things that needed to be done. One was to get the catering right and the bar right. I don't think any cultural institution really works happily unless there's good food and good drink. And we had no bar. There was a place where members could go upstairs, a little pokey place where, but there was no proper public bar, and the food was appalling. And fortunately, we got in what everyone thought was improbable, Justin Deblon, and he came in and brought in very good, high-quality food. And although it was a bit expensive, it brought in people who were unforgiving about the ICA for other reasons, but came in for the food. And in the end, it appealed to a lot of people, and he did it well. And then we created our own bar, and we got a brewery to pay us the money to build the bar because we didn't have the money, and the public bar became important. And I can't tell you how important the bar is, because I can't imagine the ICA without a bar now. And many creative projects are born in the bar. I mean, the number of contacts and meetings that led to one thing or another because of the bar, immensely important. So that was a huge success. The other thing was we developed a membership system which enabled us to do a number of things. Enabled us to involve regular people somehow in some sense of affiliation, which I think was important for them and important for us. But most importantly of all, it enabled us to bypass the traditional media or the traditional way of informing people what you were doing. To pay for advertisements in the Evening Standard, The Guardian, Time Out was really expensive. But if we sent them a monthly program which set out everything we were doing, especially the one-off events which you can't afford to advertise for, then that group of people who are your regulars would know about them. And it rose from, we had something like 600 members when I arrived, and it moved up to something in the order of under 10,000. And each month they got a mailing. And of course they had to pay for that. They paid for the membership, but nearly all the income we got from the membership went into organizing this mailing. But this mailing in turn meant that those people understood what was happening at the ICA, and we got audiences for things we wouldn't otherwise have got audiences for. So development membership was really important and a success. The other thing I think was, in a sense, that the destiny of what we did was in our own hands. I think we managed to push the Arts Council out of interfering too much. Even the planning authorities, Westminster Council, and all the others who were trying to encroach on the decision-making of the ICA. And at the best years, I felt we are responsible. If we succeed or fail, it's up to us. And I remember, for example, one year when we didn't have much money, and the senior staff at least, and I think the other staff as well, were agreeing to have a smaller salary increase than was fair and appropriate given the changing economies, so that they could have money in their budget to make the program really good. So these were people who were exploited in that sense, but were doing it willingly. They were saying, yeah, what's important to us is what we're doing. It's even more important than how much we're getting paid. And that was an important change. When I first came, I discovered huge sums of money were being spent on taxis. And the first thing I did was ban all taxis. Later, we started allowing people to have taxis if it was a crucial thing. Something had to be delivered to the National Film Theatre, or a press release had to, but it was done on a discretionary basis, and the discretions were not determined by me, but by each department, and they became trustworthy controllers of their own finances.